Good evening and welcome to EOH TV, brought to you by EOH Application Management. My name is Rudy Barnard. I'll be taking you through our presentation tonight. I am the head for the Technical Services Division within EOH Application Management. So tonight we're going to be looking at enterprise monitoring within your organization. Let's look at the agenda. We're going to go through value-added alignment between IT and business and what needs to be achieved, effective service modeling, ensuring success within your organization, data freedom and visibility, and the different delivery models that we as EOH provide to organizations that would enable you to achieve success within your enterprise monitoring. So if we look at value-added alignment, what we're saying is that organizations require visibility and control of application performance and availability while aligning IT and business initiatives and priorities. Now, this is very important. We've really learned this out of experience with multiple companies that we work with, supporting multiple organizations and trying to drive their enterprise monitoring initiatives. One of the biggest things that we see is that organizations require visibility and control of their applications from an end user's perspective, as organizations from a business point of view don't always know what their customers out there are experiencing in real time, whether their systems are available or not, or if they are impacted. Are they impacted locally? Are they impacted regionally? Are they impacted globally? In order to understand the risk in the outages that they are experiencing. Equally, they do not understand if there is outage, where the outage is coming from, what the root cause is of this specific outage, and who is responsible for that, so that action can be taken. So what we're really going to look at is how do we enable organizations to do exactly that. So in order to achieve this, an IPCM solution and services are required to provide you with the ability to proactively detect, prioritize, isolate, diagnose, and prevent performance and availability issues of business critical applications and services. So how do you ensure success? In order to successfully manage your IT business initiatives, organizations require improved visibility into these initiatives once in production from both a business and an IT perspective. So that means business needs to know what the status of their business services are from a customer's perspective, to understand the experience that the customers have, both from a performance point of view and an availability point of view. If you have an application that is globally utilized, you need to know from all locations how your application performance is perceived. You need to take out the emotion, how people feel that it's experiencing versus how it is really experiencing, so that you can make an active and calculated call on information that you receive. Equally so, from an IT perspective, you need to know which systems are actually contributing to this business service which you are rendering to your customer, and what the performance is of each KPI within that environment, to understand how you should support it accurately in order to ensure that you can proactively address performance. You also would require a way to measure, display, and report on these initiatives in real time across various parts of your organization. You're going to require technology to enable you, as well as people and partners to deliver on this. So what is the problem? We find that business services are delivered across multiple IT components, or IT silos, if you will. The problem is that organizations from a business perspective measure IT based on SLAs or OLAs that they have against these silos, saying that they should be 99% available, and hoping that if they are 99% available, that our business service would be 99% available to our customers. The reality, however, is that that does not happen, because each outage that occurs on a silo really compounds down to the actual customer and what they experience. And that really is what you see in this illustration, is that everybody has a 99% measurement against their SLA. If you look at the transaction, or from a customer perspective, you'd actually see that you're only 82% measuring up to that. And that's what you should really change, is that measurement. And how do the two correlate? So if we look at the effective service modeling, what we're proposing is that through monitoring, we enable organizations to have a handle on each tier of their application architecture, as that correlates back to an actual end user or business process, so that you can end up understanding how your business process passes through your business service, accesses your applications, your systems and servers, and ultimately your network and infrastructure. So let's look at how this is done. To achieve proper business service management within organizations, you require data. That's where everything starts. That's the beginning. You need information or data on an infrastructure and hardware level, network level, application level, database level, and from a business service level perspective. In addition to that, you would need proper configuration management database with dependency mapping as a foundation. This would enable you to understand your enterprise architecture dynamically and not rely on architects to actually provide you with your architecture, as we find that normally in most organizations, architecture diagrams are really outdated. So having a proper configuration management database with dependency mapping would enable you to have that dynamically configured and understand how you would align your monitoring to that actual architecture. So once you have all of this data, it really comes down to what you're doing with this data and who derives the value from this data. So what we see with our customers, and this is both from a small, medium, and enterprise point of view, you need data freedom. People need access to data. Various different parties have different needs for data. So what we find, if we look at it from the lowest level, you would see that you would want to provide information in a dashboard, reporting and alerting fashion, in a siloed approach, to provide information to infrastructure support teams, specifically on what they support. Same with network support teams. The next layer, you would really look at it from an integrated architecture type view. And this information you would really provide to application support teams, architecture and management. So this really takes your infrastructure information and application layer information, database layer information, and ties that together in an architecture type view so that you can understand what the dependencies are between components, if there is failure in a specific area, where it is and how it affects your customer. From there on, we go to layer 3, where we provide that information in a business process flow type view. That really means how different systems access one another in order to realize the transaction end to end. This normally is provided to business, management, and application support teams. And then ultimately, we take all of this information with subsets of information out of multiple other systems, financial systems, HR systems, payroll systems, etc. And we tie this information together and we enable organizations from an executive or senior management perspective to understand how outage or poor performance on the business service layer through your IT components actually affect the rest of the organization. So that really we provide to executive, senior management, and support. So EOH application management really has 4 main delivery models. We have implementation services where you literally procure your software, your monitoring software, and EOH application management will implement that technology for you according to best practice. Then we have a co-sourced solution where we really could, again, we can do the implementation for you, and together with you, we could actually manage your solution for you and obviously train your staff if you eventually want to take over the solution. Then we have an outsourced solution where you could physically outsource your entire operation to us, and we will provide you with a turnkey solution, both from a first tier support, second tier support, as well as your actual build teams to continuously build and improve your monitoring. And then we have a software as a service model, which really is probably your most cost-effective model, where we will provide your infrastructure, your software, your services, and everything to enable you at the end of the day to have this monitoring data in real time at hand to actually make decisions on your business and to ensure success, ensure performance improvement, and improve your mean time to repair on your applications. Well, that's it pretty much for this topic for today. Related topics that you can go and look for on YouTube would be data freedom, where we really go into the data freedom topic we discussed today and show you what the dashboards typically look like that we build for organizations in these areas to give you a better understanding of what that looks like. Then we really look at layer 4, which is the executive visibility and the types of information that we integrate in order to provide you with this ability. This also would enable you to actually look at mobile, having mobile dashboards through your mobile devices, iPads, Android devices, etc., to actually be enabled on the go. The next layer we're going to go to is to use your CMDB, and we're going to show you some of the components that we've built for other organizations that you can actually learn how that could benefit you. Benefits of diagnostics. Here we're going to actually look at the HP diagnostics technology. Here this would show you how the technology actually functions, what information you can actually derive from that, and the value that that could provide to production systems. Then the last topic would be benefits of integrating your end user management with your diagnostics within your business availability center or business service management technology. And this would really tie it from the end user transaction all the way right down into the actual code causing poor performance on your transaction. So for more information on these topics, please visit our channel on YouTube, which is EOH TV. That's it for today. Thank you very much for joining us. I look forward to talking to you again.